sometimes people ask me about her or ask me details about, well, how did your daughter die? And that's always painful, and it's hard because it's upsetting to them, and you don't know how much to say or not say or how to say it in a way that's, and that's hurtful. I have a picture of him in my office, and a lot of times the guests will walk into the office and ask who that is, and I'll say, that's my daughter. And inevitably, not always, sometimes they'll start asking more questions. And I've almost thought about taking the picture down, but I can't quite bring myself to do that. So yeah, that, and it's just too hard for me. It's just too overwhelming.
This is in reference to a question I'd asked, again, about the internalization of Sarah and the whether it was still tinged with a lot of traumatic distress, and it is, and always will be. And I think to be able to normalize that with family members, as Janice was talking about. But also, I think it brings up the whole issue of the media and what the media is doing with the spectacle of violent death, particularly local news, yeah, which a lot of us don't watch anymore because 50% of local news now deals with violent dying. I think because of the phobic avoidant response that we go through neurobiologically to violent death, that the media is capitalizing on this. And I think it's having a definite effect, social effect, in terms of inuring us to violent death. Even though the frequency of violent death is diminishing in our country, the reporting of it in the media and also in a lot of the plots of TV shows is going up.
The thing that I'm struck with this couple is the difference, the similarity certainly between the couple with regard to their feeling at peace, working on the bed and breakfast together, working cooperatively. They're a very wonderful, loving couple, but yet they're different. And it appears that for her, she's more fragile than he is, to the extent that when she watches the news, it reminds her, it upsets her, and it doesn't with him, I don't think. And that's the thing that's so important, is to tolerate that difference, to honor those differences, and to not, as a couple, push either, if the husband shouldn't push the wife, vice versa, to think like they do, to perceive things like they do, to get over things like they do. Because sometimes it's upsetting for the person who has achieved a certain degree of normality or peace when their mate hasn't, and the sense of making them feel guilty about this, and that's really when they can take advantage of counseling, or at least turning to other people who can be neutral and to enable them to talk about it without shutting each other down.